straighten up the wheel. Hello, I am Geoff Buys Cars and this is my Volvo 850 T5. I've finally gone and got a T5 turbo. This car is going to be a little bit of a project over the next few weeks. I'm going to tell you all about it and show you it now whilst it's dirty, because there's a few things that I'm going to change on this car today and then I can show you later on. Right, you may recognise this car. I think it's fairly well known in the Volvo 850 community. It was owned by George Hodnett, who is a friend of mine. Well, basically since following Geoff Buys Cars. George and I have got to know each other and we exchange messages now and then, and he's always got something going on with Volvos, and he wears a flat cap and he likes a Volvo, so obviously we get on like a house on fire. This is the original Volvo 850 T5 that you might remember from my race car 7-seat swap over video. The 7-seat conversion from my race car came out of this car last summer, and George recently took on a new project which I won't mention now because it's very cool, and that meant that his T5 was up for sale. But the reason he was the reason he was basically going to struggle to sell it is because I'll show you why. It's been stripped. So it doesn't have any interior or door cards at the moment. And in classic Geoff fashion, I didn't understand what George was selling because he's got that many Volvos and I've got that many Volvos, that we both got confused and I misunderstood. So when I went to collect this car yesterday and found out that it's got no interior, I was a bit like, what have I done? But when I drove the car home, I realised why I've done what I've done. Cosmetically, this car is not too bad, right? But mechanically, it is superb. George has fettled this car a little bit, and I will be putting it on a dyno, but we think that it's running somewhere around about 280 horsepower. This is a quick car. Now, George has got sort of, I don't know what they are they semi-slick race tyres on the front? Those are going, and the wheels with them. If you want to make an offer, then make an offer. Good tyres, they're Nankang, what are they? They are Nankang Sportnex. If you would like to buy my Nankang Rednex tyres, which are quite racy and quite grippy, then make me an offer. The car is very dirty right now, but honestly, I drove it back late last night and it pinned a grin on my face every time I hit the throttle. It's a very, very cool car. Good brakes. It's an automatic, which is great. You know, the way it drops down is just superb. But you can see it needs a damn good clean, and it needs a few bits and bobs, bit of trim. So this is my project for the next couple of months. I say couple of months in very optimistic Geoff fashion. So this will probably be going in a Geoff special sometime in the summer. Couple of provisos, it will be running on different wheels. You can see if you look in the back, I've got some Volvo canister wheels, which are better known for being on the C70 T5, but those have got good tyres on, so those are going to be going on today. I've secured an interior for it as well, so there'll be an interior going in this car at some point in the next few weeks. Will it get gold floors? What do you think? Tell me in the comments if I should do the patented Geoff Buys Cars gold floors in this one. It will have different seats because these are basic spec cloth seats. And I'm sorry to disappoint you that it won't have the wooden steering wheel. George is having that back and giving me a standard steering wheel, mostly because they're worth about 350 quid, give or take. But a nice spec car inside. It's got the beige dashboard. Now, I think I'm going to end up putting a black interior in this, which means I will have somebody do something to colour match the dashboard, because I am intending to do this car properly. Don't think this is going to be a quick Geoff bodge and then quick Geoff bodge and raffle. I should do a sticker that says that, don't I? Quick Geoff bodge and raffle. I think I'm going to do this right because I think the car deserves it. So there we go. That is the first video on my T5. Shall I just do a quick exhaust sound? Let's just do that. Let me get my key out. Hang on a second. There we go. Look, it's already got a Geoff. It's already got a Geoff keyring on it. I think this car is going in my name. It might even end up having a private plate on it. All right, let's get this. So, nice little burble. I think it needs a nice little end cap just to finish off that that exhaust, but they do sound good. And it sort of, It doesn't pop and bang, but it whirs and it whistles. Ready? So, a very, very cool car. I like it a lot. I was a bit apprehensive about the bonnet scoop that it's got on it, but there's a reason it's got this bonnet scoop. This bonnet scoop was built by someone that is well known in the Volvo community, and it's kind of cheeky. I quite like it. What I might do is I might just finish it off a little bit better. I might get the gold paint out and do some Geoff touches on this car. So it's going to end up being a very Geoff Volvo 850 T5. It's not going to change cosmetically. I'm not going to go wrap it to make it look like a panda or anything like that. But I'm very up for hearing your suggestions in the comments as to what I should do with this car. Should I leave it stripped out? That would save me a bit of money and time and effort. But I don't know. You tell me what you think, and then I'll ignore you all and do my own thing anyway. No, that's not true. Well, it is, because it's my car. But there we have it. My T5. Oh, let's show you the engine. The bit I always forget to do. Right, let's show you the engine. And I must apologise for the noise today, because I'm by the main road. There's my albino, as the wife keeps calling it. How long is that albino going to be outside the house for? I said, don't worry, darling, the Africans are coming soon. They're going to break it for parts and sell all the organs. That was a dark joke, wasn't it? It's like 9 o'clock in the morning on the 3rd of February, and I'm making jokes about African people selling albino children for scrap. It's very dark here on Geoff Buys Cars. Right, so we've got some red bits and some blue bits, some purple bits, some different blue bits. There's a black bit there. That's a battery, that's an engine, and somewhere down there there's a big old turbo. I don't think it's the original engine that came with the car. I don't think it's the original turbo that came with the car, but it's sorted, and that's what counts. A bit of oil on there, isn't there, George? That looks more like he's cocked it up whilst filling it up. So there we go. This is George's car, but is now my car. Like bits like this, I'm just going to get all of this done properly, you know? Just a bit shoddy, innit? So we'll get Lyndon on this car, and yeah, we'll do something cool with it. Get some fresh number plates, get some fresh wheels, give it a clean. And like I said, if you want to buy some Nankang 205 55 16 tyres, which look a bit low, don't they, to be honest? They need a bit of air. I don't know, Sunsport, Redneck, Cotton Eye Joe. If you want to buy some Nankang Cotton Eye Joe, semi-slicked, not really ideal in the rain, probably not ideal on a family car, tyres, then do get in touch. Apologies for the long video, apologies for the noise, and I'm flipping and flopping. It's February, innit? So obviously in my head, January goes. As soon as we get to the end of January, summer in my head. I know that's not the way it works, so I am wearing shorts and flip-flops and now regretting it. So a good clean on the inside is on the way. Sunroof model as well, look, leather sunroof. Yeah, this is gonna be, I'm quite looking forward to getting started on this. I really am. It's a quick car, but I'll show you that later. Thank you very much for watching my video. And apologies for the, just gonna have a quick look, another quick look at my albino. BMW albino B10 3.3 saloon replica. Sold, sorry about that. I know you're all disappointed, but I have sold it. I'm very sorry. So, let's go get this cleaned. Cue the music. YouTube's most boring car channel. Okay, here's a little part 2. That is looking much better, so I'll show you the car now that it's been cleaned. Said to the guys, can you do a mini valet? And they opened the doors and said, yeah, that'll be easy. So, right, now we can see what we've got. A little bit of lack of peel on that door there, but what a beautiful colour. Oh, yes. They do look fantastic in this green, don't they? These wheels are growing on me. Should I change them? I think I am going to, because then it makes it mine. At the moment, that's just George's car, but clean. But I want to make this car my car, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go change the wheels. I can always change them back. Right, let's have a little look inside now that it's empty. So you can see, right, the door cards are all off, but it's great because you can see the construction of the Volvo. So they've got this side impact protection system. So you've got this hump here. There's a lot more metal in the side of the Volvo than there was in the the 940s were the same, weren't they? So they had side impact protection as well. So you can see that that's part of the construction of the vehicle there. It's just nice to be able to see stuff like that. You can see that anyway, and I'm getting excited about metalwork, but I'm very excited about this car. Again, no door cards in the back, so there's the little handle there for the door lock. But all of this has been cleaned up, and it's quite nice that all of this is off because it's a fresh start for the car. So inside, they've wiped everything down, vacuumed it all out, ready for some gold paint. That was a joke. But you can see absolutely everything, which is nice because you can see all of the bits that cause problems in Volvo 850s. The rear boot panel always rattles and it always comes loose. No problem in this car. And here, let's have a little look for rust on this shell. This is where they start to go. This is where mine went on the 850. It's on this inner arch. You've probably seen this in my Volvo 850 restoration video on my TDI. But what happens is water gets trapped underneath the arch liner on the outside of the arch, which leads to rust here. So mine was holed and rusted through. This one's pretty clean, standard sort of damage from the seat going in and out there. Perhaps a little bit of rust coming through on that side. But again, that's just where the seat runner itself has made contact, where the base of the seat slots into the car. So there we go. That is my very, very empty 850 T5. So the question is, what do we do next with it? Again, over to you guys in the comments. I'm going to go swap the wheels. So now that it's clean, it is clean. Look, look how well that rear bumper sits, because on a bad 850 or on a rusty 850, they always sag at the back. Again, like, oh, so there is no arch liner on this, which is interesting. So we'll go get Lyndon to attack that, and we'll rub all that down. That's not going to be too much of a problem to sort out. So I see what I mean. Just gonna do this right. Gonna attack it right and make a nice car out of it. It is cool, isn't it? It's cool. It's cool, and you've only seen it. You haven't heard it yet properly, or had me explain to you just how quick this car is. But I'm going to use this car for the rest of the afternoon. Let's go get the wheels swapped over. Yeah, I love it. All right, that'll do. That'll do for this one. Definitely looks better than now that it's clean, doesn't it? Oh look, there's another one here. Two Volvo 850s. This one's not quite as clean, but the bumper does now sit properly on this one. Quick update on my 850 then. What have I done? Well, I've just been to get my tracking done, only to find out that I've got one very perished bush on the back. So I'm going to be ordering some more parts, and I've changed my indicator lenses to clear, and I've changed these as well. And there is quite a funny video that I've done of me doing that job. So there we go, a tale of two Volvos, both with turbos, one with a diesel engine. Thanks for watching. YouTube's most boring car channel. I've got a 90-degree turn to then accelerate onto a fast road. All right, I'm going to crawl out onto the road. There we go. Oh, I better get up to speed, hadn't I? Yeah, I'll do that now. Right then, so now up at the tyre place, going to swap the wheels over for the canisters and see what it looks like. There we go, that's it. The wheel swap is done, and I think it looks a whole lot better. What do you think? And funnily enough, it's running roughly the same horsepower as Lyndon's Cosworth. give or take, but I'm going to chuck this on a dyno and find out, which would be really interesting. So more on this car soon, and we'll see where we go with it. But like I said, let me know in the comments whether you think I should leave the interior as it is, whether I should turn it into a two-seater, because another option would be to, and don't call me crazy for saying this, but I was thinking if I got the side panels sorted out, I could actually do like a laminate floor, like a flatbed, right? So it could literally be a Volvo camper. So bear with me, right? Hear me out. Imagine that these side panels were back on, or these side panels are not back on, but we carpet it with some nice luxurious carpet, right? And then storage underneath here, right? And then a nice high quality laminate floor all the way to about here. Yeah? You still with me? And then you've got storage beneath, and that means you can rock up, just the two of you, in the summer, and camp in your Volvo. I reckon that would work. So, let me know in the comments what to do. Full interior, as in with everything and carpets, or just chuck the seats back in and be done with it, or Volvo camper, or any combination of those things. Tell me what you think I should do with this T5. But it is looking a lot better on those wheels. YouTube's most boring car channel. Day 2 on Project Volvo Interior, and the sun is shining. Oh, look at that, there's a great big plane going over. Can you see that? Where is it? Oh yeah. C-17 World Blaster. It's a what? C-17. C-17 World Blaster, says Liam. World Blaster. Blow Blaster. Globe Blaster. Globe Master. Globe Master, not World Blaster. God, that was lost in translation there with your northern accent. Where are you from? Leeds. Leeds, there you go. Right, anyway, back to cars.
Flashback.
Right, so I'll show you the plan. This is the 850 T5 from George. We've got Matt's Octavia there. My Volvo is sort of a holding fort in the middle. Sorry, Gaz's Octavia and Matt's Saab, which he bought because the blue one, which he bought from me originally, has died. So this lovely interior, which I shall show you, is going on. See, that's going to be nice, isn't it? That is going to be nice when that is in here. So you can see the potential. We're going to end up with a really nice looking car. It's just going to take a bit of work, a lot of stripped fingers, and a lot of cups of tea. So I think a lot of chatting shit as well. I think there's going to be a lot of chatting shit today, which is great. So let's that's not a bad thing. I'll crack on. Does that work?
Yeah, it does.
George took this car on a dyno and he got results ranging between 203 on a bad run because there was something going wrong with second gear. It wouldn't hold in a gear basically, and the peak was 279. So horsepower on this car, anyone's guess, 203, 279. You've driven it. What do you think?
I've got to say, I just drove it now, and you'll see the video whether it's before we've met, whatever. Yeah. But the gear change on this car is so smooth. Really smooth. So I had a 2.3. There was an ex-police car. The most, that was 240, wasn't it? 240 brake. And this car's quicker than that. I know it is, because I drove this and thought, wow, this is quicker than the one I had. I think the gear change on the one I had was not as smooth as this. So yeah, whoever guessed this in the raffle is it's a properly fast car, this is. It is. And I'm even going to put my neck on the line and I'd say I think it's the quickest car that I've had on the Geoff channel. The only other one that was close is obviously the 9.5 Aero Hots and Pablo. I think if you were to put this up against one of the 9.5 Aero Hots, I think it would be a very, very interesting challenge.
This car's quick, properly quick.
It is. It
And
is.
it sounds immense too.
The sound is fantastic, and I would say that I'm all about, when I drive a car, I love it when I love the smoothness of the power transfer, and just and it feels really tight. And the gearbox feels really good. How many miles is it then?
115 according to the speedo.
I don't know if that works, but it might do.
Might do. Anyway, it feels lovely. So welcome back to Upton upon Severn. It has actually stopped raining, which is nice. I don't really feel the cold, but I'm cold today, so I've got 2 jumpers and a coat on. Mid Wales. So this is the V70, which we've been, well, mostly Geoff has been working on, as I've been having a good chat with Gareth. As you can see, all the front seats are now out, and so is the headlining, and the back seats are out, just that little bit to go. So if we come around the back, this is the T setup. I've actually, where's my mug? Oh, I've got there it is. I think I've showed you the mug, but I'm taking this home with me. All Volvos never die. So this is now the car that the donor material is going into, and here's Geoff.
Have a look at my headlining.
Have a look at the headliner. So we put the headlining in.
Just a bit of an update. The headlining is done.
Yeah.
Now what I'm doing is I'm just wiping down the floors a little bit because they're extremely muddy. Not George's fault, it's the weather. We've been in and out of this car whilst we've been getting everything ready.
Yeah.
And once the floors are wiped down, the carpets can go in. The carpets are grim, but I'm going to take this for a proper gold valet and hopefully they'll clean those up. Now, if I was going to take this car on as the next owner,
yeah,
I'd get the seats out, I'd get the carpets out, and I'd have them cleaned properly.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that now. It'll get all put in and it'll go for gold
Is this
valet.
the interior, obviously, from the V70? Yeah. Well, that was my V70 for
yeah, exactly.
How long? A week? I've got to say that I would have got the interior sort of cleaned. I would have done it myself.
That's just the problem with beige carpets.
Yeah, it is.
You've got a beige carpet car.
Yeah.
That's what, 22 years old.
But all I would say, Geoff, is that I had a friend get in it, and they said, "Oh, this is in exceptional condition." I mean, for me, as somebody who's owned a lot of cars, I'm thinking I'm going to get some McEwen's from Halfords and just do it. Maguire's, sorry.
McEwen's is that lager that used to sponsor Blackburn Rovers.
Okay, sorry. Maguire's. I would have got some Maguire's from Halfords.
Back when Alan Shearer was 15 million quid after Euro 96, which was the last time I was interested in football. Anecdote.
Yeah, good. What do you think, Gaz?
Yeah, it's looking good.
It is looking good. And I tell you what, the new owner of this, and this is a good thing about stripping things out. Just look at there's no rust anywhere to be seen on this vehicle.
And if you put the camera towards the back as well, so people that have watched Geoff buys cars will know that on my 850, which is the car that's behind there, it was, you just put your dirty foot on my floor.
I put it on the bar.
Yeah, it's fine. On my 850, they rust through from the back, they rust from the other side, and then you get holes in that. That is the mounting point for the rear seat.
Yeah.
This car, it doesn't have any rust at all.
No, not
There's
at all.
a bit of rust on the
That's
front.
a little bit of surface, nothing.
Yeah.
But that is all rock solid, really rock solid.
In fact, all the other Volvos are the same, except the one that I actually own and drive. That's the only one I found that was really, really rusty.
Excellent. So we're making progress. We are making progress. So
Carpets are going in next, and then the seats. The back's all done. The headlining's done. That's it, really.
lovely.
Excited to see it come together.
End of flashback.
Said you can't be showing your package on YouTube.
No, it's all right. They've all seen my package before. It's this one, look. This package from off of a guy from Facebook Marketplace. Look, it's got the door cards in. So the door cards are going in there today. That's the plan. And then I'm driving this car home today, even if it kills me. That's the plan.
Several months later.
Right, there we go then. That's one door card done. And the car is actually starting to come together and look like a real car. Which is great, because I've promised that I'm going to take the kids to Land of Crocodiles tomorrow. I'm taking this car to Land of Crocodiles tomorrow in the Cotswolds.
Oh, we're gonna get these.
That's my plan, yeah. So
you can be safe while doing it.
I'm going to stop filming and I'm just going to crack on. So not much film today, because yesterday, the last time we were down here, we shot 2.5 hours worth of footage and did about half an hour's worth of work. I'll crack on and you crack one off. On the green 850, it has orange indicator lenses, but for the V70 that came after, they upgraded them to clear. and I just happen to have a scrapper V70 over there, so I'm going to swap them over real quick, live on camera. You ready? Right, I'm going to slide that backwards, or forwards, and it just pops out. And you can tell that George lives on a farm because of how much mud is in there. Once that's out, it literally pulls out like that, dead easy. Now, I'm going to clean up the area just a little bit. Ooh, ah, just a little bit. Ooh, ah, some clear indicators. And then, just plug it back in and reverse the process. Clear indicator upgrade. Done.
Thousands of tears later.
So we're nearly finished with the Volvo. A few final touches. I went a bit Welsh then, didn't I? So it's so there we go. So is that factory fitted there, Geoff?
Yeah, this is exactly how they did it in Sweden. We've had some problems with the seatbelt fittings, and I could not for the life of me, we could not for the life of us work out how to get the seatbelts from the V70 to work in the 850. So as a quick bodge, without spending weeks trying to work it out, I've used the seatbelts from the 850.
Yep.
And this is the last plastic panel from the V70. It don't quite fit because the 850 seatbelt is a bit more bulky.
Yeah.
Whereas the V70 seatbelt was like a long fit down the side of this panel. And it's late in the day and I'm nearly done, so I just thought, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to chop down this panel, stick it on. So go show people the interior.
I will.
Because it looks good.
Should we go past the hideous thing to my right?
It's an SRI.
Is it?
I don't think that means anything these days. It used to.
Yeah, Vauxhall. Why would you own one of these when you could spend an eighth of the price on a Volvo? And I know miles per gallon, but this has got miles per gallon. That's really cheesy, but it's true. So this is just the tools. This is the boot. So as you can go, the interior is looking...
Flashback.
Whether I should turn it into a two-seater, because another option would be to... And don't call me crazy for saying this, but I was thinking if I got the side panels sorted out, I could actually do like a laminate floor, like a flatbed, right? So it could literally be a Volvo camper. So, bear with me, right? Hear me out. Imagine...
End of flashback.
La sexy. So the back seats are all in. We're going to give the carpets a good valet. Lovely 850, very nice condition, these. So yeah, that's looking lovely. Obviously the door card. What's that? It does need a good clean, but it will get one. That works. But it's... So yeah, it's looking good. Just needs a clean. The door cards are on. Obviously the little fixture and fittings to go. Lovely bit of there. That needs a clean. But the seats are in. And obviously this is what happens here. So we're just bodging this little bit, so it's better. But it has seat belts. And if you hear that, there we go. The seat belts are in. And let's face it, guys, you're going to need seat belts in this because the power and acceleration is ridiculous. But look how gorgeous today is. It's absolutely stunning. But the seat belt, oh, yep, that works. Lovely job. Bye, Geoff.
Hey.
Bye.
Bye.
Flashback. End of flashback.
Good afternoon, I am Geoff Buys Cars. It's a lovely evening, and today I'm going to give you a walk around my now complete and back together Volvo 850 T5. This car is going to be a little bit of a project over the next few weeks. So when this car came to me, it had no interior. It's been stripped. So it doesn't have any interior or door cards at the moment. So when I went to collect this car yesterday and found out that it's got no interior, I was a bit like, what have I done? And it was on different wheels, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to put some canister wheels on it. But I've since discovered it just cannot handle those tyres. So all we've smelt all the way down here is just burning rubber. Hey Presto HP2s, which I don't think are very good. You can't get the power down at all with these tyres on. So if you decide to keep these wheels on, you need to get some better tyres, because you just cannot transfer the power to the road. I'm trying to explain to my brother just how quick this car is. It's quite difficult because the roads are a bit damp. I don't think the front tyres on this are fantastic, but I'm just trying to gauge my brother's reaction here. So if I can just get us to a point where we can actually do a little bit of accelerating without going into the back of a caravan, then we'll be able to have a proper run. It's very windy today and it's also freezing cold, but I'll give you a little walk around the outside of the car, see if I can show you any of the faults, and then I'm going to show you the interior. Generally, a very clean and tidy car. I hope you'll agree. Really, there's not much to write home about, and you know I like to write home about things in terms of rust and condition. It's just very good. Very, very good. A really nice looking car. Custom grille on the front that I think George has done, which sort of fits. But interestingly, if you want an olive green bonnet, a standard 850 olive green bonnet, Roger Coffin Dodger, who keeps phoning me and interrupting this video, has got one, so I can get one for you. Bit of lack appeal on this door, but that's about it. That's your lot. That's it. Just a really, really nice car. Now, the pièce de résistance, the interior. Oh, I did that as well. I've changed the side repeaters to clear because I think they suit the car better. On the green 850, it has orange indicator lenses, but for the V70 that came after, they upgraded them to clear. And I just happen to have a scrapper V70 over there, so I'm going to swap them over. Look at my interior. That is beautiful. Not only do the heated seats work on both sides, but these are the most comfortable seats you will ever find. They're even more comfortable, and I didn't know this was possible, even more comfortable than an early Saab 9.5. Would you believe it? I think the carpets could stand some better cleaning, and I need to install the lower part of the dash just there, but come on, I think I've done pretty well here. Door cards, all done. With these pockets now, that was the last bit to add on. I've actually Velcroed those in place because I couldn't work out how to do the original clips without making a real mess of it. So I went to Poundland and there's £1 worth of Velcro on every door. No expense spared with the Geoff Buys Cars car. Don't forget, every single piece of plastic and trim in this car has been put on by me this week. There are some things that don't work. The interior lights are not wired up quite correctly, so they're not working, but I mean, really, that's not the end of the world, is it? The main thing is that everything's in and everything works and everything's legal. In the back, it's the same as the front, obviously. You got these beautiful, iconic Volvo door handles. Oh, wonderful. I don't think the rear windows go down, but as I never sit in the back, I don't think that's too much of a problem. Right, I've now climbed into the back of the car to review it from the back, just because I can. And I've got to say, I should have put this interior in my 850. These seats are phenomenal. They're so unbelievably comfortable. We've got the sunroof, you know, for maximum comfort on this beautiful sunny day. Yes, I need to put those door inserts on, but they're in the back. And if I can just turn around and show you the boot. This is quite a funny little review, isn't it, from Geoff Buys Cars? I've yet to put the boot panel on, but I've got to watch the old what's his name video to understand how that boot panel fits. I think generally we've done a pretty good job on fitting the interior. You're going to be able to give us a full acceleration at any point, or are we stuck behind this Polo?
I'll get past it.
So you can see, here's the problem that I had with the seat belts. Now, this big chunky thing, and George, maybe you can tell me, I'm not completely sure that is original. I don't know where he got that from. George, I'm just addressing you on your own now, despite the fact this video might have hundreds of views. George, is this from a Volvo 850, or is this just a seatbelt you found knocking around? Because when I was hacksawing it, that's what I had to hacksaw, that panel, to make it fit. So that's the only bit that's not great, but I have inquired about getting one of these in the correct colour. It's a little bit better on that side, but not much better. And the only other thing
that the world's most bounciest video review needs to know is that the interior lights don't work because they're not wired up. So the new owner of this car is probably going to have to deal with that himself. So if you had a choice between this and my race car,
It'd be this, but I think we're going to crash it before the raffle.
do you think you're going to crash it or run out of fuel first? The little brother Geoff is driving the 850 T5 as my chauffeur. What's your chauffeur's verdict?
It's just so addictive, that little...
And is your heated seat working?
It is, yeah.
Heated seat's working. I'm ludicrously comfortable in the back.
My thin hair's blown in the wind.
Your thin hair's blowing in the wind. So you approve of my interior?
Oh, the interior's the one. These seats are super comfortable. I think it all probably needs to be refitted.
What are you on about? It took me 2 days this in the rain. Look, don't be moaning about the fuel economy. It's not about that.
How do you swap
That's on here, look, it's on a roller dial. Hang on, let me flip the camera around. Everyone's going to be on the YouTube comments and be like, blimey, Jeff's brother's got hairy arms. What is he, half werewolf? Look, you got the little roller dial there. So that shows, so our average miles per gallon. Now, I don't know when that was last reset, but that's showing 17.4. The warning lights there, just to talk you through it, viewers, is there's obviously a bulb out somewhere. Obviously the petrol light is on because we only put 20 quid in it and we've driven 6 miles. The airbag light's on because it's on its third steering wheel.
right or left?
Straight on. And then you got the lambda light, and George, I'm sure, will pop up in the comments and explain why the lambda light is on. I've got some lovely wood going on here as well. The stereo we can get the code for, so that will be all good. The gear knob obviously comes with the car. The hairy arms don't. You do have very hairy arms. It's quite funny. You're like Wolverine. So, go on then. Now that you're driving it, what do you think?
It's fast. It sounds ridiculous. It kind of just makes you keep doing stuff like that.
Stop it! But pretty good, isn't it? I've got the 7-seat conversion, which I can put in the back of this car if the new owner would like the 7-seat conversion. What a great looking car. It is, isn't it? It is a good looking car. Right, does the boot open without the key? Yes. Does the boot stay up? Yes. Bit stained on the carpet, but I mean, come on. Beige carpet, 22 or whatever years old. Beggars can't be choosers. Winners can't be losers. Something like that. So, there we go. That is my rather beautiful, I think you'll agree, Volvo 850 T5. And although it's kind of gutting the way the blue car died and then wasn't used, you know, Matt's car didn't really work out for him, it's nice that this car was able to get a new interior courtesy of that car, because I think I've given this car the best interior that it could possibly have had. All the wood and everything is in great condition. You've got air conditioning, cruise control, heated seats which work, sport mode and economy mode. On the gearbox, as I said, sport mode's no good because all it does is spin the wheels on these terrible tyres. Shall I show you the engine? I haven't cleaned the engine. Dread to think what this looks like. Hang on a minute, let's get it open. Well, that's pleasantly surprising, isn't it? I was expecting to see that, you know, covered in farm mud and muck. Perhaps not the best down there. I don't know where George lived. George, do you literally live in a field? Because this car was grim. But we've got a big old air filter on there, a battery that looks like it's fairly fresh, some red bits, some blue bits, some black bits, some purple bits as well. And if you don't like the bonnet vent, you don't have to have it, because I can give you a bonnet. I quite like the bonnet vent. It's sort of cheeky. It kind of adds something, and it's got a bit of gold on it, and as you know, I like a bit of gold. I would probably paint that whole thing gold if I was keeping this car. But I think that's it. I think that is all there is to say about my Volvo 850 T5 that is running somewhere between 203 and 279 horsepower. Sun's come out for our final shot. Look at that colour! Oh yes. Cue the music.
Geoff buys cars.